Some of the most successful founders in the world are building their movement by building YouTube channels, and they're leading a massive shift in how brands use video to grow and achieve their mission. In this video, I'm going to show you how these founders are building their movement with YouTube and how you can apply their strategies to grow yours. That all starts with understanding how they use YouTube, because most founders have this backwards. They use YouTube to share videos only about their company, what they do, and how they're doing it. But the founders winning on YouTube use it very differently. They use YouTube to share long-form videos that their audience actually wants to watch. Podcasts, deep dives, how-to videos, behind the scenes, news, and insights on the topics their audience truly cares about. Over time, those videos compound into a channel where the right people discover them, binge watch their videos, and begin to buy into their mission. These founders aren't using YouTube just to build their brand. They use YouTube to build their movement. And that's how they attract customers, talent, investors, partners, and loyal supporters who believe in what they're building. So, what does this actually look like in practice? Let's look at some incredible founders to see how they're using YouTube to turn their mission into a movement. First is a man who was never supposed to build a rocket company, all because he didn't have an engineering degree. He taught himself rocketry and was determined to make a career out of it, until he tried to get a job at NASA and was escorted off the premises. On the plane ride back to his home country of New Zealand, he sketched the logo of the company he went on to create, and his story became the legend behind his company's renegade identity. I'm talking about Peter Beck and his company, Rocket Lab. Today in 2026, it has the highest launch success rate of any rocket company in history, with a $44 billion market cap and over 2,000 employees worldwide. That's because Peter Beck turned his outsider status into an inspiring story that convinced early investors, talent, and customers to take a chance and buy into his mission. By turning what others considered to be a flaw into a superpower, he created a movement that others wanted to be a part of, even getting HBO to feature him in their hit documentary, Wild Wild Space. That's the power of a great founder story. And that same story has launched Rocket Lab's YouTube to over 200,000 subscribers. Their most watched video, it starts with Peter Beck literally eating his hat after publicly promising he would do so if they ever built a medium lift rocket. That video got 500,000 views. So, how does he approach YouTube? First, he brings you inside the company and gives you the kind of access he was looking for as an outsider. He personally appears in many key videos, and rather than speaking only to investors and customers, he speaks to the general public. He brings down complex engineering into relatable terms, ditching industry jargon for clear, relatable language. He pulls back the curtain on their designs and decisions, telling you why they do what they do, using breathtaking 2D and 3D visualizations to show instead of just tell. Most importantly, he never minces his words when he talks about the problems facing the space industry and how Rocket Lab is building a future where these problems are solved and humanity has more access to space than ever before. To me, Rocket Lab's channel is a masterclass in how a founder turns their story into rocket fuel for growth. Pun intended. That story attracts people who believe that outsiders can win, and it's given Rocket Lab so much notoriety in the space industry that they can choose which customers, talent, investors, and partners they want to work with. So, if you have an outsider story, follow in Peter Beck's footsteps and turn it into a superpower that puts you in control of your own destiny. But what if you don't have the budget to pull off cinematic space videos? Our next founder shows just how simple your videos can be and still take over the world. But really quick, if you're enjoying this, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It's all about helping mission-driven brands share their story and turn their mission into a movement on YouTube. All right, onto the video. This founder didn't have a big budget. In fact, he didn't have a budget at all, but he'd go on to build a channel with over 9 million subscribers. It all started in 2004, when this hedge fund analyst's cousin was struggling with math and asked for help. He began tutoring her remotely by pairing phone calls with Yahoo Doodle, an early whiteboarding app. All he did was explain math problems as he solved them on the whiteboard. Her grades began to improve and word got around to the rest of the family. So to help them, he started recording the sessions and uploading them to YouTube so everyone could watch at their own pace. Soon enough, other people started to find the videos and leave comments like, "I passed my math class because of this," and "I want to become a physicist because of you." So he kept going, And in 2008, he started a nonprofit. By 2009, he was reaching more students in a single month than Harvard had in its entire history. That's when Sal Khan quit his job to go all in on the Khan Academy, with the mission of making world-class education free for anyone, anywhere on Earth. Today, his channel has 9.3 million subscribers, over 2 billion views, with 180 million users of their official platform, available in over 50 languages and 190 countries. The Khan Academy has been backed by the Gates Foundation, Google, and dozens of major philanthropic organizations. How did he do it? Simple, one video at a time. Khan's approach was all about simplicity. Explain one concept per video clearly, as if you're sitting with a friend who needs to understand it. For years, there was no studio, no production team, no fancy strategy. Just a man, a whiteboard, and a mission. Every time he published a video, his library became even more bingeable, and his earliest videos from 2006 still generate millions of views today. But his channel wasn't just teaching people, it was bringing them into his mission. That's actually how the Gates Foundation invested in him, because Bill Gates himself found the videos on YouTube and watched them with his kids. That's how your mission becomes a movement. Share it with the world, one video at a time. Sal's approach still works today. YouTube has continued to grow as a place where people come to learn, and all you have to do is tackle one concept at a time and use simple text and visualizations to make it clear. Many YouTubers still use a whiteboard or tablet, and they get millions of views. Remember, YouTube isn't Netflix. You don't have to make cinematic videos. Many people in your audience are just here to learn and get better, and you can help them by sharing what you know, one video at a time. Our next founder built her movement of 2 million people around an idea that most people would have laughed at. She grew up the daughter of a special education teacher and a self-made blue-collar builder. She started her career by documenting human trafficking and drug smuggling on the US-Mexico border. But she realized that simply telling people's stories wasn't changing them. Power truly comes when people build wealth. So she went to Wall Street and helped build a billion-dollar Latin American investment division. During this time, she started to realize that investing in boring businesses was actually incredibly lucrative. This was the power that she wanted to give to the people. But the playbooks she was using to build this power were locked away inside private equity. So she started a newsletter to share these playbooks with the world. And after hitting 400 subscribers in a week, she realized she needed to think much bigger. Today, Codie Sanchez and her company's Contrarian Thinking and Main Street Holding Company have amassed 2 million YouTube subscribers and 200 million views across platforms. Her weekly newsletter has 1 million readers. Her thesis is simple. Real wealth is built on boring businesses, and anyone can do it. She's living proof. She owns over 30 businesses generating over $60 million in revenue. From laundromats to storage units and car washes, she's built a movement around her contrarian point of view. So, how did she do it? It all started with a newsletter she launched during the COVID-19 pandemic. True to her belief about ownership being the key to power, she started with email because it's the only way to truly own your audience. Every other platform is just a rented audience. So she emailed everyone in her contact list, letting them know what she was launching, posted on LinkedIn, Facebook groups, and masterminds, and got her first 400 signups. Then she started booking podcast appearances, 10 in her first 30 days. Each appearance drove hundreds of signups. In a month, she was at 10,000. Then, in 2021, having crossed 100,000 subscribers, she set her eyes on a new channel, TikTok. But being a newcomer, she knew that hiring help would fast-track her results. Instead of hiring an agency to create her videos, she tracked down successful young creators and paid them for a few hours of consulting. With this, she dialed in her strategy. Create short, punchy videos that explained one simple concept per post about how boring businesses make more money than people realize. Her philosophy was simple: give, give, give. The results were staggering. She hit 750,000 followers on TikTok in under a year. In March 2022, she was finally ready for YouTube and would go on to build the #1 business channel on the platform. According to Codie, when I first started our YouTube channel, I felt dumb filming myself. What private equity investor does that? But I had this gut feeling that the new way to get deals, investors, and business was personal brands. My partners disagreed, so I left the firm and did it by myself. About a year later, we're hitting 1 million YouTube followers. She started with shorts, the format she already knew. By then, she had a production team and batch filmed once a week. Her editor produced platform-specific versions from each filming session. Her advice here: document, don't create, and treat each platform like a completely different human. Her first YouTube videos reveal her initial approach. They focus on simple yet irresistible topics like how to find businesses to acquire, or how much does an ice vending machine make, and how I run 26 businesses at the same time. The videos ran around 6 to 15 minutes long, much longer than her shorts, allowing her to dive deeper on each topic. Over time, she developed her own thesis on how to create YouTube videos, and it's called Tell, Show, Do. And it's built around building trust in a world where trust keeps dwindling. Tell is the starting point. This is just a person sitting in front of a camera and explaining what they know. This is what most podcasts and YouTube videos are. And while they build more trust than text and websites, they build the least amount of trust of these 3 video types. Show is the next layer and is significantly more powerful. This is where you demonstrate the actual step-by-step process instead of just telling us about it. How to build a funnel, how to buy a business, or structure a deal. She walks you through the entire process, and this builds way more trust as an expert than just talking about it. Finally is Do, the highest trust level and the hardest to execute. This is where you actually do the thing on camera. Buy an actual business, solve real problems, go through a project from start to finish. This kind of content builds the most trust and performs really well because the stakes couldn't be higher. You're actually doing the thing in the real world, rather than just telling us how to do it academically. So here's what I learned about Codie Sanchez's approach. First, it all starts with having one clear point of view that breaks conventional wisdom. That belief is how you truly stand out. But you need to get that belief out to people for your movement to gain traction. That's where content comes in. Build an email list and share your ideas around your belief once a week. Then start booking podcast appearances and tell people to subscribe to the newsletter. Finally, grow that email list with video content. Start on TikTok, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Make videos on one concept at a time, then drive people to your email list by following her maxim of give, give, give. When you're ready, get on YouTube and go deep, using the Tell, Show, Do framework to build deeper trust that converts. That's how our first 3 founders built their movement with YouTube. If you want more videos like this, like and subscribe, because this channel is for mission-driven leaders who want to build their movement with YouTube. You can get my weekly newsletter full of insights on how to build your movement by clicking the link in the description. And if you want to learn my system for launching a YouTube channel that builds your movement, watch this video.